What's up, everybody? Welcome to Firebird Fridays with your boy, Boss Eagle, listening to a little rap band from my album.
We're going to have some fun with this song. We're going to get hype.
Get this,
We're going to get crunk.
Get this Firebird Friday started off right. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick. I'm trying to figure that out. So in the meantime, as we get started, just enjoy a little rap dance with me. I'm gonna go ahead and share this. Welcome, happy Friday. I've never done this before. Sharing it. So let me see. Copy the link.
I need your undivided for this new day. We about to take a trip down memory lane. A little history, come on now, don't complain. It's gonna be fun, man. Include a bit of horseplay, hands in the air like you about to catch a ball can. I cannot wait if you can get a beer or a glance.
How y'all doing today?
Can't just a dance. It was no coincidence, no happenstance. Getting the party started with your feet.
Here,
your rhyme skills and the open voice.
now.
Wanna press the honeys, don't you leave it up to circumstance. The
Do
right
that.
person can move them all in the trance. So get loose, homeboy.
Then I'm gonna share. Y'all doing good today? What's up, Alex? Let me see. Newsfeed. Live now. So hopefully that's working. I don't know. I've never done this before. I've seen people who've done this. That like they're on Facebook Live. Let me turn it down. They're on Facebook Live and they share it. Oh yeah. There it is. That's crazy. That's crazy. Is it working? Alex, are you on Boss Eagle Music right now, or are you on my Facebook profile? Let me know. And then I'll be able to know like how people are able to see it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Welcome to Firebird Friday. Boss Eagle Music. We are live right now, listening to Rap Dance. Hey, what's up, Janetta? Got Janetta, got Alex on. Appreciate y'all. Okay, I got something else running. My phone is got some other alerts coming on my phone. I'm trying to figure out how to do like the whole share thing too. So like it's like sharing on my personal page too, and I think I had it go somewhere else as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty excited. So that's a little rap dance going on. Can y'all hear that? Give me a little thumbs up if y'all can hear that. You can hear the music. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. And the song is so fun. The song is so fun to perform live, especially when you get people out on the dance floor dancing. Fun stuff. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and
We're gonna lead y'all through this, okay? It's real simple.
What's going on, Cass?
Do a snake.
Yes.
Do a snake.
If y'all want to dance, right where you are, that's cool too. So I want to dance right where you are.
Do the cabbage patch.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna turn that down. Okay, one more.
Cabbage patch. Do the kid and play. Do the kid and play.
All right, cool. I'm gonna turn that down. Y'all welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Firebird Friday, Facebook Live. Happy Friday, August 10th. Just got some awesome updates I want to share with y'all. It's been a little while since I've done a Facebook Live, so if you can't hear me or anything, just let me know. I got the volume all turned up and everything, but thanks for joining on today. Like I said, it's been so exciting. I've had a lot of cool things going on, so just want to jump right into it and just kind of give a recap of the little double header that we had a couple weeks ago. Some of you all know I was fortunate enough to be able to perform at the Underground Music Showcase, which is a huge music festival in Denver, kind of along Broadway. So there's a lot of just venues just like right on Broadway or just kind of slightly off Broadway down in downtown Denver. And if you didn't know, I have a DJ now, which I'm so excited about, DJ Full Metal. And so we just had an amazing time, had a great crowd that came out too. And so it was really cool to be able to perform down in Denver, and it was funny. So like before our set, there's this like lady that came up to me. She was probably like maybe in her 50s, and she's like, "We're so excited to see you perform." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." I was like, "Are you from like the venue, or are you from like UMS? Are you on staff?" And she's like, "No, we're just people." I was like, "Okay." Like, so she's like, "Yeah." I guess her husband had heard my interview on the radio, and then they had just started listening to my music. She's like, "I've listened to your album so many times." So I was like, "Oh, thank you." And so it was really cool to see that. We actually had a really good crowd out there. The venue was actually pretty full. It was an interesting venue because we didn't have like a traditional stage, so we were on the kind of like the same level as everybody. So you never know how that's going to work or how that's going to feel. But it actually worked out just fine, and everything. And so we had people like actually on the floor, and then there was people like on kind of the other side. There's like these little like high top kind of, it wasn't the bar itself area, but like this high top table kind of thing. And so there were people there and everything. But then when we did rap dance, I actually I was like, I need people to like come on a dance floor and like dance with this and everything. But we kind of set the tone from the beginning, and I just kind of told folks, I was like, hey, like we're not playing background music. This isn't just like ambient music in the venue. Like we have a show, so we need like everybody to participate. And it was cool because like before my set, I got a Red Bull, and then afterwards I was gonna square up with the bartender, and I was like, yo, how much do I owe you? And she's like, nothing. That was awesome. So I was like, let me pay you something. Let me at least leave you a tip or something. So it was amazing. Like people just had an amazing time. Like folks were out there dancing. My DJ got some video on his phone, and I think I have that somewhere. I'm gonna try to find that, maybe post that online so people can see. You can see folks dancing and stuff. And then shout out to my friend Chelsea. She was there too, and she got some video of like people dancing and stuff like that while I was rhyming. So it was a ton of fun. And then there were like 3 people that hung out afterwards that were like they literally told me, like there was like 2 guys and a gal, and they're like, we're your biggest fans kind of thing now. And so it was crazy because one of the guys had heard, so the venue, I'm sorry, the UMS, the Underground Music Showcase, they had actually created a playlist of like all these artists who were performing during UMS. And they put Baby on there, which is, my most popular song. And then so this one guy had heard it. He heard Baby. So then he started listening to my music. So he ends up getting off the train, met his 2 friends. They got off the train, and they were like, yeah, we're going to go see such and such. And he's like, no, like, we're going to go see this Boss Eagle guy. Like, he's like, we have to go like see this. And so see this guy. So they actually ended up, they were so like, they so into the music and so enjoyed the performance and everything. Like they stuck around. They actually helped my DJ like carry stuff to his car. They like bought there was this little area like kind of set up a little bit in the venue. I called it the VIP area. It was roped off or whatever, but I'd asked beforehand. I was like, hey, can I move up there and like sell merch and stuff like that? And they're like, yeah, that's cool, because with like stuff like this, like with music festivals and stuff, the changeover is so quick. So you have to get off stage and like tear your stuff down because the next act is coming in. There's only like a 20-minute turnover. And so I was like, okay, let's move up there. And so these 3 folks stuck around. They were just like talking about how much they enjoyed the performance and everything. And one guy like bought T-shirts for everybody, bought sunglasses, hats. Like it was like, oh man, this was dope. So, and they actually are like, they all work for different venues and different things. And so the one guy was like, his name's Jared. So shout out to Jared. And he was just like, man, he's like, I want to see this more in Denver. I want to see you more down here. So like, let's make it happen, everything too. So I'm like, that was really cool. So, so it was just an amazing time. So shout out to the Underground Music Showcase, to Tobias and Amy and everybody down there that just, it was just such an amazing time. I wish I could have stayed and watched other shows and different things, but I couldn't because, one, I'm old. So I was like, I gotta go home. I totally came home and took an Epsom salt bath because I had a full set. So we had 40 minutes. So we were just like, went for it. And so I'm old, so I had to get home. It's like, I gotta soak, you know what I mean? But also because I had another performance the next day, hence the double header recap. So then the next day, Saturday, July 28th, we performed at the Mishawaka Amphitheater. And if you're not familiar with the Mish, it is an outdoor venue up in the Poudre Canyon. So like the Poudre River runs right behind the outdoor stage. And so it was an absolute just blast. The kind of the way that show came about. So back in March, I was talking with the owner of the Mishawaka, and she was like, I don't have a hip hop show or a country show for this summer. And I was like, well, I can't do nothing about the country show, but not yet at least, wait till I get my country on. But no, but I was like, the hip hop one, we can, that obviously piqued my interest. And so literally, so this was like early March, sometime in March. And like literally the next day, because I was like late afternoon, the next day I went to my buddies, Corey and Cody at Kind Dub. So shout out to the brothers, Corey and Cody. And I was telling them about it. And Corey from Kind Dub just literally just straight up Lonzo Ball, just Steph Curry, BJ Armstrong just ran the point on that thing and basically is the reason that the show happened. And so he handled like all the stuff of like curating the list, handling all of our advances and the contracts and working everything out with the venue. And so, again, shout out to Corey from Kind Dub, and just for making that show happen. So it was a lineup that had a lot of Colorado connections on it. So there was myself, there was an artist named Stony Burtz, who's from Colorado Springs, I believe. And then there was Thin Air Crew, which is a local crew here from Fort Collins. Dope dudes, lots of energy. Love those guys. Shout out to Oscar Wu. He be on my timeline and stuff, making comments and everything. So shout out to Oscar Wu and the fellas. And then obviously Kind Dub was on there, and just love watching them perform, and just their live sets are just full of energy, and just so it's so crazy. If you ever see Mr. KD, which is Cody, if you ever see him, he plays the electric guitar with his teeth sometimes too. And so I'm like, man, it's just like these people are just so talented, you know what I mean? But and also Cody he played the electric on one of my songs. He played the electric guitar on The Vine, and we've done that before too. When I played, I got the opportunity to headline the Colorado Come Up back in May, and he played with me as well. So I love having those live instruments. And Janetta said the Mish, one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. That's right. Absolutely. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful venue. If you've never been up there, definitely go check out a show up there sometime. But so the Kind Dub was on the bill, and then we had an artist named Wake Self, who's actually from Albuquerque, but is he's real big into like the conscious hip hop, and just all about respecting women and all that stuff too, and just really brought a cool flavor. And then the headliner was Greaves, who's a national headliner and has some Colorado ties as well, and is I don't know if he's from here originally, but I think went to like middle school and high school and stuff here. So it was cool just to be up there, doing hip hop like in the mountains, you know what I mean? So shout out to the Mishawaka and all the staff there, Will and everybody, and it was a ton of fun. I had half amount of time for that set as I did for the first one. So my first set on Friday night at UMS was 40 minutes. At the Mish, it was 20. So it was like, oh, so we gotta get through this pretty quick. But so it's funny because I was reading, there's a blog on the Mishawaka's website right now. I'll put the link in there. But there's a blog and there's some just really dope pictures. One of the photographers from the Mishawaka, he posted pictures from the evening of some of the artists and stuff. And one of the things he mentioned, he was like, Boss Eagle managed to squeeze in 3 costume changes in a 20-minute set. And that is true. And we did the same thing at UMS, only I had 40 minutes. But so my DJ and I, we rehearsed, like we had several rehearsals and stuff. And so, and we didn't always have a ton of dress or tech rehearsals, but just being able to try to figure out, okay, how can I get out of this? So I start in like this like hoodie and everything too, but then I switched to the full on like Temptations joint. Like if you all seen my green suit, like I went full David Ruffin on them, glasses and everything. And then switched from that to the Ivan Drago, then out of the Ivan Drago. And so shout out, I can't remember the guy's name. He was helping backstage at the Mish. I can't remember his name, so I apologize. But I remember like turning and I pulled the robe off, and he was like there waiting. Like I had like a gray like tote, like a bin. I was just gonna chuck that thing in there. I had it open, had it ready to go, and he's like waiting there, and I chucked him the robe and everything. And then at the end of my set, like I went back there and my robe was on a hanger, like back in the plastic bag. I was like, oh man, just like made me feel real VIP, you know what I'm saying? So it was such a blessing to be up there and to have just all that support from the staff and everything. And then crazy, I ran into the guy that actually designed my Eagle logo years and years and years ago. He's back from Costa Rica. He's been like kind of off the radar. So shout out to Garrett Christensen. He's like, hey, wait, like, I don't think he knew that I was Boss Eagle, because like I really wasn't Boss Eagle like 6 years ago when he first made the Eagle. Like the design was mostly for like clothing line and branding and stuff like that. And so he's like, wait, like, and so he had like literally got off the plane the night before. He had just got back. A friend was like, hey, we're going to this hip hop on the hillside thing at the Mish. He's like, yeah, I'll go, and kind of thing. He's like, Boss Eagle, and then the connections, and he saw the Eagle, and et cetera, et cetera. So it was a lot of fun. And one of the things that was really cool about the show at the Mish and UMS as well is that we did a little something different. We did a little something different for thanks, Janetta. We did something a little bit different for the song Firebird. So I closed the set with Firebird, but we actually kind of changed it up a little bit. And so I won't tell you exactly what I did, because we do have some video from that, so that may go online. Shout out to my good friends David Priest and Brenda Runback from Shadow Play Films. They came and filmed my set at the Mishawaka. So that video is not out yet. That is a professionally done video, and so we're probably not going to put the whole thing online, just because we're looking at maybe some of the options with that possibly, but maybe one or two or some clips or something. But it was just put it this way: we took Firebird and went through the first two verses, and then it switched to a medley of sorts, but it kind of switches from hip hop to like rock rap a little bit. So keep your eyes peeled, because something might show up on YouTube. We'll have to see. But yeah, I got to play like a little drum machine on stage and everything, and yeah, just so if you listen to the song and you listen to the lyrics, then you might be able to figure out which rock song we actually ended up blending into Firebird, and that's how I closed it out, and everything. And I'm gonna actually try to. There's some pictures that were taken from some professional photographers. One of them was Sunnyside Productions, which that guy Cody Sun is actually works for the Mishawaka, and then there's also another photographer that was there, a company called Backstage Flash, and they've got some great pictures. So I'm gonna try to see some of them are on Facebook, some of them are on Instagram. So I'm going to try to figure out how I can maybe get some of those and try to maybe create an album or something, of a photo album, and put them on Boss Eagle Music, and then maybe share that onto my personal page too. But yeah, got some great pictures. And when you see those photos that are like, and then they're like color graded and all that stuff too. Like one of them, he made the sky like look like super ominous. Like it's just people are just so freaking talented. Like people who can do that stuff, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like I just go up there and, say poetry over music. Like these guys are just like so talented and stuff. So it was a great set. Shout out to everybody: Greaves, Wake Self, Kinda, Thin Air Crew, Stony Birds, my DJ Full Metal, DJ Alex Knox, who was on the ones and twos for Stony Birds, DJ Dominic Deadbeat, Pants, who's Greaves' DJ. Those guys were super funny, just in their kind of banter back and forth. So that's just a little recap. You guys definitely make sure that you come out to the live shows, because we're just gonna try to level up, every time we can, and even like I said, even on a 20-minute set, to go through like 3 costume changes. Because as you guys know, I mean, that's kind of what I want to do. I don't want to just be just like, where I go up just to go on stage, like, okay, I just rap or whatever. Like, I really want to put on a show. I really, I've always been a performer. I grew up watching, Michael Jackson and all these cats. And so that's really what I want to bring to the stage performance and everything. So keep your eyes peeled. I don't have any big shows coming up just yet. I don't think I have anything on the books. I am sitting in on August 17th. In Old Town Square with my good friends from the band Big Brooklyn. They are a jazz groove band. So shout out to Willie and Melody Dornfeld and the whole crew. So I've sat in with them twice already, and I actually am featured on their album. Their album is called Purpose, and you can listen to it on Spotify. So definitely go check it out. If you just go and type in Big Brooklyn, and if you forget that or if you don't remember, you can go to my Spotify, Boss Eagle, and scroll all the way down to the bottom. I'm on my Spotify right now, and it'll say appears on. And then you can see the album Purpose by Big Brooklyn. And so I'm on an alternate version of one of their tracks called Lazy Environment. So I'm super excited. I made the album. They've released their album back, I think, in February of this year. It's their debut album. So definitely check it out. They're dope. So if you like jazz and groove music and stuff like that, definitely listen to the album and come out August 17th, Old Town Square. That's a Friday night. So actually next Friday. Wow. So next Friday night, Old Town Square, it's free. So just come out 7 to 9, I think is the show time, and just come out and listen. So I do a song on their album, and then they also kind of created a composition of Baby, and then we perform Baby, but it's with live instruments. So saxophone and upright bass, electric guitar, drums. I mean, like it's sick. So come out and check us out, y'all. August 17th, next Friday. Old Town Square in Fort Collins. So that's just a little bit of a doubleheader recap from the two shows, from the UMS and the Mishawaka show. And I was really, one of the things I really wanted to do, like before that show, was like, you're always trying to like prepare and be ready for everything and stuff. And so I actually, before that, I was excited to be able to launch my new merch store. Yes! So I'm super excited about that. Because when you're starting out as an artist, like and you want to have like stuff available for people, right? You want to have merch and all those other things. You have to be real selective because a lot of us, we don't have a whole lot of money, so it's like it's an investment to invest in like merchandise and those types of things. But you want to have stuff available for people. And so I've been really looking at like, okay, how can I really kind of expand the line and expand the product line and everything? So I have launched my my new merch site, and I will go ahead. I'm gonna put the link. It's in the description here, but I'm gonna go ahead and type it in the comments. It is shopbosseaglemusic.com. So my website, bosseaglemusic.com, but it's shopbosseaglemusic.com, and there is like so much stuff up there. I have like 10 different hat designs. So I have some like kind of I have snapbacks, I have two-tone snapbacks, I have dad hats. I've got a new hoodie and a new sweatshirt in their California fleece. So got that real soft feel. So check it out. Got some new tank styles, got some new, so tank tops, got men and women's, because ladies, I know y'all like yours to, fit nice and everything like that too. So we do have lady style tank tops too. And then of course, we have we got something for the kids too. So we have youth wear as well. So I have a youth tank, a youth tee, and we also have a baby onesie. So yes, so definitely go buy for your own kid or somebody else's for a baby shower, and they'll be like, what is this eagle on here? Kind of thing. So it's going to be more and more stuff is going to come as the days roll on in the months. As we're looking at different products and looking at what to put out and everything like that too. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. But I'm super excited because the store is live right now. So you can go to shopbosseaglemusic.com, place your order, and it's free shipping in the U.S. So if you do order something, it's free shipping. It's pretty quick, I think, turnaround too for shipping. And so just go in there, jump on there, and then also let me know what you think about the site too. Like I said, I've been working on behind the scenes. It's a lot of work. It is not like, oh, I'm just throw up a merchandise website. There's a lot of stuff that goes on like behind the scenes. Like you only see kind of like the front of it, but there's a lot that goes into kind of building the site and designs and the the pricing scales, like everything, the shipping, like you have to put all those pieces in on the back end so that so that all the machine works. So I'm super excited about it. So please jump on there, browse around, look around, let me know what you think, leave a comment and everything, and then buy something, because that would be great. Because the more that you support like those types of things, like the merch and buying the music and everything, it helps us artists be able to do those other things like perform live and to be able to go out on the road and do shows and stuff like that too. So definitely check out the merch site. And what I'm super excited about, because like I said, we do have a lot of cool stuff up there. I'm actually really excited about the latest design that is actually the newest piece to be put on, and that is the piece that I'm wearing right now. So if you can see this, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. Got the Boss Eagle America tee. Can y'all see that? Look at that bad boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Shout out to my good friend Nathan Blair, who helped me put this together. So it might be a little bit hard to see all the detail, but like the American flag is actually, it's not like a stark like American flag kind of thing. It's actually, it looks more vintage. So you can kind of see like right here, there's like, it has some kind of almost looks like it's kind of rust and everything too. And so obviously the eagle design itself, you know, was done years ago by Garrett Christensen. And then the other week or so, I was trying to put together, because I knew I wanted to have the American flag piece in there. And I was like, I'm trying to work it out in like Adobe Illustrator, and I am not gifted in that kind of stuff. So it's like late at night. I'm sitting there, I'm texting with my buddy Nathan Blair, and I'm like, yo, I was like, I can't figure this out, man. Like, can you help me? And he's like, maybe easier for you to just send it to me. So my buddy Nathan Blair is a filmmaker here in Colorado, but his background is graphic design. So he's like, yeah, just and we've been through this before, where Jamal tries to figure things out in Photoshop, or I was working on a video piece one time, and I was like, I'm trying to figure out how to get this image over this like green screen of a girl like on an iPad, and I was working on a project for CSU, and he's like, just send it to me. And so then like within a couple of minutes, like while we were on the phone, hey man, I'm actually talking about you right now, Nathan. so yeah, so while we were on the phone, my buddy Nathan Blair puts the thing in the iPad on the green screen for me. And so I just am learning to just contact him so he can help me with stuff like this. I'll show you all again. Nathan, you're getting to see the end result of our little project from the other week. So you guys can see, hopefully you can get a decent glimpse of that. So I don't think it gets more America than this. This shirt is actually called the America tee, and yes, America, like apostrophe MERICA. Yes. So and this this shirt is a little bit different from some of the other shirts on the site. So you'll see it like on the website. It is a little bit more, but that's because it is on a tri-blend. So this is like super thin. I know you can't really tell, but it's a tri-blend shirt. This shirt that I'm wearing right now is actually, it's called charcoal. It's not black, but I do have this in black and then also white with flecks. So go to the website shopbosseaglemusic.com and you'll see the different options. But again, free shipping in the US. So shipping's covered, but y'all check this out. The shirt, man, I'm telling you this. And so this design right here will probably also end up on some other things too, maybe a hoodie or a hat or something like that. But for right now, again, like I said, because it's a lot of work to Janetta said, great job, Nathan Blair. when's mine coming? shopbosseaglemusic.com. And as soon as you place your order, man, no, I'm just kidding. We'll work it out. I mean, since you did help. So, but yeah, so y'all check it out. Like I said, I have lots of cool stuff on there. Like I said, we have 10 different hats on the new merch website. Shirts, got a hoodie, the sweatshirt, and then again, the hoodie and the sweatshirt are California fleece, so super soft and can probably wear them like, you know, fall, winter, and spring, you know, wearing out at the beach, near the bonfire, you know, kind of thing, and all that good stuff. And the sweatshirt actually comes in, I think, 3 different colors. Actually, let me go here. I'm going to go right now, shopbosseaglemusic.com. If you go there, I'm going to go to all merch. Yeah, and then the Cali sweatshirt comes in 3 different colors there. Yeah, we got a new camo hat. Man, I wish I had Zoom and I would like just share my screen so you guys can see it. But yeah, we got a baby onesie, got, you know, a kids tank top, kids t-shirt. Oh, and then also I have a couple of items on sale too. So I'm actually running a sale for my concert tee. So the one that is only sold at the live events. So I have those for sale. It's kind of just like a way to kind of close that one out, and then also have a bundle too. So that shirt plus a copy of the album. And if you, and I didn't add this, I forgot to, I just remembered now, but I'm also going to be throwing in a, excuse me, a drawstring bag as well. So if you order the bundle, and I may do it for just the concert tee as well. I may just throw that in there. It's an $81.99 apparel drawstring bag. So I may just, throw that in there just for extra value. So, but check it out, shop.bosseaglemusic.com. Yeah, we got, like I said, so many cool things on there. And then look into add things like, I don't know, like an iPhone case. That if you look on the website, scroll to the bottom, there's a section that says, hey, do you want more products, kind of thing, and just kind of stresses the importance of, the support and how we're able to, when you support the products, we're able to add more things and stuff like that. So there's a coffee mug on here that if you look at it, it says like a boss, and then it has the eagle on there. And my wife, when she saw that, she's like, oh, like that was like, I think the thing she got the most excited about, and it's like the only product on here that's actually not for sale, not for sale. But my wife's a coffee drinker, so she's like, I want one of those. I'm like, well, it's not a product in the line yet. I did a mock-up for it to kind of, tell people like, hey, like these are some of the things that can come. And so this may be something that ends up in the accessories area. We may throw in a coffee mug, or you can put whatever you want in it, water, soda, orange juice, if you're at work and you may need it. So Nate, Janetta said, what about Android folks? Yes, Janetta, Android as well. iPhone, Android is whatever is available from the manufacturer, but we can definitely find an Android case too. So if there are things that like you would like to see, like let me know, send me a message, definitely, like holler at me and just be like, hey, like what about this? I'd love to see this. One of the things, like I said, that we're thinking about doing is phone cases. There could be other things that are, whether it's posters or whatever it is. So it doesn't always mean it'll end up in the product line, but if you'd like to make a suggestion, absolutely. But Android, iPhone, and then I think the manufacturer that I'm working with has iPhones all the way back to 6. So I think we can do 6 and up. So 6 plus, the 10, all that stuff. So like I said, it takes time to go through and build all this stuff and put it in, put the design in, and then set all the pricing and launch it and everything too. But if you want one with an Android, if you want one for Android, let me know, and then let me know what design you would want to, like if you want like the standard like black eagle, or if you'd want like the America eagle, like we may just throw a couple different ones up there and just see what people like based on what they buy and stuff. But yep, so let me know what you think. Go through the website, shop.bosseaglemusic.com, SHOP bosseaglemusic.com, shop bosseaglemusic.com, and check out the store. So super excited about that. The new merch site is live. It is up. It is popping, and it'll be one of those things that'll just be a process of just every day, just updating and working on and adding new things. So yeah, and then so lastly with that, if you want to be in the know with things that are going on, things that are happening, when new products come out, when shows are coming out, definitely join the email list. And I get it, y'all. Like I myself have unsubscribed from many of email lists in the past, so I totally get it. But really, I sent out probably, I think it was last month, maybe it was even June. It might have even been June, where I sent out an email just basically to my email list and was like, hey, it's kind of one of those things where I was kind of letting people know like kind of what was going on and kind of where things were going, kind of where things were headed. And this was one of the things that I mentioned that, part of what I'll be doing in terms of moving forward in terms of communication is really using my email list. And I'm learning from a lot of people, because I learn from people in different industries and stuff, whether it's authoring, consulting, coaching, marketing, like whatever. I love watching people's webinars and videos online, and when they speak at conferences or whatever. And I read, people's articles and books and different things. And so one of the things that I'm finding that is, is really prevalent throughout almost really any industry is email lists. And I know that a lot of people are like, email's archaic and all that stuff. But really, when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because I look at it like this, and I'm not saying I made this up, because I certainly didn't, but because I've heard this before, where people say, like, when you're on social media and stuff, you are basically just renting. You are renting that property. You're renting a space on there, because at any point, I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but at any point, Facebook could be like, you know what, we're closing the doors. I mean, it's a $1 billion business, so it's not going to probably do that, but they could. They could shut down Instagram. Instagram is owned by Facebook now. Twitter, any of those things, or they could just change the way that they do things, right? They could say, well, no, now we're going to start charging you to have a music page or whatever. They make a lot of money from ads and things like that, but basically, I'm trying to not be beholden to the social media sites, and because it seems like all the time, they're changing things. Twitter just made a change recently that if you're using a scheduler to schedule your posts, now you can't schedule posts to more than one Twitter account at a time, whereas earlier this year you could do that. Facebook just made a change, so now you can't schedule a post to a personal profile. You can only schedule posts to pages, which are businesses. So which I totally understand. I'm not complaining about their policies or anything like that. We have to operate within how their policies work, and they're trying to protect everyone. They're trying to protect the users as much as they're trying to protect the businesses and stuff too. So I totally get it. But the one place that typically no one can stop your communication with your audience is over email. You control that email list, you own that email list, and you're able to communicate whenever and however you want. And for a lot of folks that who probably don't use social media as a business, like, they may not understand even how like some of these things like really like just are they I want to say they're harmful, but like they're really like they can be tough for folks who are trying to promote a business or something. So for example, Facebook has about a 2% organic reach. 2%. So meaning, like, if you have 1,000 fans on your Facebook page, initially Facebook is probably only going to show any given post to 2% of those people. So that's 20 people, right? So if I did my math right, 10% would be 100, 1% would be 10, so 20 people. So sometimes artists or bands or businesses will be like, hey, like, nobody's sharing or nobody's liking, or when people don't support me or whatever. It's like, wait, hold on, like, that may not be the case. And it's not that even like those people weren't on Facebook so they missed your post. That's not even necessarily the case. A lot of times it's literally that Facebook is only choosing to show that to, I've heard between 2 and 6%, but what I've heard the most is 2%. So a 2% organic reach. Now, obviously that's different, because you'll see sometimes that, there's a ton of people that responded or commented or those types of things. And that may be because of the algorithm. That may be because it's a certain type of post. Like, Facebook looks at your audience and stuff and says, like, okay, your audience is most likely to engage in a video. So they may show a video post to more people, but if it's just text and your audience doesn't respond to just a text post, they may not show that as much. So there is some fluctuation there. It's not like a hard line like 2%, but that's about the general rule of thumb. And so that's why I'm really starting to put more emphasis on my email list and just being able to communicate with my people whenever something's coming up, and for people to be able to have that right in their inbox. So I don't have to worry about, well, did Facebook deliver that to them, or did Instagram show them that, or whatever. I could be like, hey, here's the email. So, and as always, I always tell people, like, no spam. Like that I'm actually probably more on the other side, and that to a fault, where I'm admittedly very inconsistent with my emails. And I actually probably from last fall, when, around the time of the album coming out, till probably this summer, I don't know how many emails, if any, that I sent out. I know that I wasn't very committed to my newsletter either, which is going to be changing. And my newsletter is going to be coming out. The plan is the 17th of every month, and then emails, just keeping people apprised of different things. But it may not be where it's one every 3 days or something like that. It may be once every week or two, because I also don't want to just flood people's inboxes, but I want to make sure that people know what's going on and everything too. So while I appreciate and ask for you to continue to follow me and like me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, because I do post on social media, I am asking folks to go ahead and join the email list. Oops, sorry about that. And then I am going to see. I'm going to go ahead and post that link and make sure I have that. I'm going to go ahead and just put that in the comments right now. I have a little short link that goes to. I just posted that. That's for my my email list. If you want to just go ahead and click on that little short link there, it'll take you to where you can join. You just enter your email address, your first name. Your last name is optional, so that you don't have to put your last name in. And then it's also optional for your zip code as well. And that's only for the U.S. though. So, and the reason I'm asking for zip code is because again, another thing on like kind of the business side you probably don't care much about, but really want to get into more type of segmenting where, you know, if there are certain emails that maybe more pertain to people in a certain area, then everybody doesn't have to get that email. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, I have a show in Oxnard, California. Like, I don't want to be sending those emails to people in Maine or, you know, Zimbabwe or whatever. So, you know, you can really start to tailor those to be like, okay, these are people in this region. I have a show here or something's going on here. I'm going to be on the radio here. Then I want to maybe send that to those people in that area. So if you wouldn't mind just entering your zip code, that would be great too. And then that way I can kind of keep track of like where people are regionally to see like what might make sense in terms of sending out emails and what might not make sense if it doesn't make sense to send someone an email. And that way it keeps your inbox nice and clean and tidy. So please join the email list. It is, I have revamped the email list, so it's now 2 parts. It used to just be the newsletter. Then I was trying to figure out how to incorporate both. So it is Eagle Nation, which is Boss Eagle, you know, kind of the community, and the Nest News is the newsletter. So that could be, you know, for anyone. And there may be some people down the road that are like, hey, I only want the newsletter or, you know, that type of thing. And then I can segment those people out and just only send them the monthly newsletter. And that's all they get. So it is going to be both. It is kind of the emails that come out for the community and then also the newsletter as well. So I will stop babbling. The link is right there in the comments. Please feel free to click on that, join the email list. Also go to shopbosseaglemusic.com. And do you all have any questions? Anything? Anybody out there? Any hands up? Any questions about anything going forward or anything like that? I know Janetta asked about you know, about Android folks for being able to have a phone case, and yes, we would be able to do iPhone and Android. Nathan asked when his shirt's coming. Yes, Marjorie said, very cool. Thank you. So this is the new shirt right here, the new Boss Eagle. See, this is a tri-blend from Bella and Canvas. So definitely check that out. It's got like a vintage American flag in there because, you know, America. So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all's continued support. Thank you so much. I want to keep doing stuff like this where I know I'm able to jump on Facebook Live and Twitter and Instagram Live and all that stuff and just kind of share what's going on, but then also communicating through email and everything too. Just letting you guys know kind of what's going on. But the album is doing well. Just looking at Spotify here right now. Baby is up to almost 1,800 streams on Spotify. We are in a lot of countries now, from France to Sweden, all over the world. The music is being streamed. And it has some great opportunities as well that I feel like are just continuing opening more doors. I've been recruited for the Denver Music Advisory Panel, so I'll be on a panel with a bunch of other people in politics and venues and musicians and everything too. You know, really trying to push to turn Denver into a music city. And so I'll be helping out with grants and just helping with artists and venues and music education, all kinds of things. For people to be able to continue to push, you know, local music and building that scene here. So I'm super excited about that. We have our first grant cycle here coming up soon. So we already had our initial meeting a couple months ago, and then we'll be having our grant meetings here soon. So I'm super excited even just to have been recruited for that, because somebody heard my song. The director at Denver Arts and Venues, Lisa Gagatis, she heard Baby on the radio, was driving with a colleague, said, find out who that is. They called the radio station, found out who it was. Then they started stalking me online, watching my Facebook Live videos, looking at stuff on my website and everything. We're just like, yeah, like we want to have him be a part of this. And so they just first of all, just we're like, hey, we want to support you any way we can, but also want to recruit you for this because we just love what you're doing and in the community and the music scene and everything. So lots of cool things happening with the music. So I'm so thankful to God, and so feel so blessed that, you know, it was one simple, faithful act of going to the radio station like 5 days before Christmas and dropping off my album last year, and all the cool things that have happened since then, and just so much that to share. So make sure that you are also, if you haven't, you know, go ahead and make sure you follow me on here on Boss Eagle Music, because a lot of the music stuff will be happening here and not so much on the personal profile. Facebook doesn't tend to like that stuff anyway, and I think it's just better to kind of start moving away from, you know, posting a lot of stuff on the personal profile. So definitely make sure you're here on Boss Eagle Music on Facebook, and absolutely join the email list, so then that way you can get stuff right into your inbox when there are new updates and stuff like that too. So as always, love y'all, appreciate y'all. You know, let me know if you have any questions, and again, you know, please go check out the new merch site, shopbosseaglemusic.com. Buy something, because that would be great, but also just let me know, you know, take a peruse through the website, let me know what you think. You know, is it user friendly? Is it, you know, can you find stuff easily? Is the search bar, does it work well? You know, that kind of stuff. And so then if there are things that I need to tweak or adjust, then I can do that as well. But yeah, so other than that, I'm gonna play a little bit of music as we get out of here, you know, play a little We Got It Too.
Everybody talking about what they got from the east to the west, and we sitting here mile high just checking it all out. Don't forget about
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Hopefully see you at a live show soon.
About to hit it fall. Announcers just call me boss 2 on the car. Got what it take to win. Hustle in my jeans, ambition in my veins. Hoping it don't leak the seams. Gotta keep it in check so it don't overthrow me. Coup d'etat on my soul, trying to run wild and free. I'ma keep chasing like a lion on the wildebeest. Same time trying to cling tight to the Nazarene. Cause we might not be the best.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Shout out to Synesthetic Nation on the beat. Shout out to my man Mike Black at Launchpad Studios, where I recorded the album. My engineer, my magician, mixer, and master of the album. God bless y'all. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And shop bosseaglemusic.com. And God willing, we'll see y'all on a stage near you soon. Peace.
Peace.